Hey everybody, this is Alan at UAV Coach and Drone Pilot Ground School. Today we are reporting live from the Commercial UAV Expo conference here in Las Vegas. A lot of really cool stuff happening over the next couple of days. We've got 3 exciting stories to cover this week, and I'm going to jump right in.
Last week, Skydio Drones got a new autonomous flight skill named Scout. Scout simplifies the tracking of moving subjects without the need to fly. In plain language, you can fly at a set height and distance from the remote controller or Skydio beacon while you're moving around, so the drone's camera doesn't need to look at the subject that it's tracking. The primary use case for this is public safety. For example, police officers will be able to fly automatically while an officer moves in pursuit of a fleeing subject, or keep a preset distance from a pilot who's actively looking for a missing person in the woods during a search and rescue mission. To read more about Scout, check out the links below. Next up, New York City has had a ban on drones for a long time, since 1984 in fact, and I know this because when I lived in New York City and started this company, I couldn't fly drones very easily. The law that keeps drones from flying in the Big Apple is actually an avigation law, which is a law that regulates airspace. It bans anyone from taking off or landing an aircraft in the city, and it was created far before the beginning of consumer drones. But a lawsuit brought by Brooklyn-based aerial cinematography company Zizmo, and I actually had the pleasure of visiting Zizmo's studio in Brooklyn way back when, and I got to fly a big drone, custom drone that they built. And this lawsuit may change things. So the lawsuit claims that the city's blanket ban on drones violates the FAA's authority to oversee the national airspace. It also claims that the ban violates the First Amendment by excessively restricting the right to artistic expression through aerial filmmaking. The case was recently allowed to proceed to court by a U.S. district judge, which means the courts may be open to the argument. Now, even if this passes, I'm sure there will be many rules and regulations around where you're allowed to fly, especially as a hobbyist, but nonetheless, this would be a huge step forward for commercial drone pilots in New York City. Okay, lastly, Vice News released a 17-minute documentary highlighting a research expedition to Iceland. The goal of the trip was to study the effects of climate change through 3D maps on the Vatnajökull glacier, I hope I pronounced that right, with Flyability's new Ilios 3 drone. The documentary features incredible 3D models made with the Ilios 3 and sweeping aerial shots of Iceland captured on a Mavic 3. Check out the full video in the link below.
All right, that's all we have for you this week, folks. Short and sweet. I'm going to get back to conferencing, and as always, wishing you guys blue skies and safe flying. And if you want more information about any of these stories, check out the story in the description below. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel for updates each week. Thanks so much. See you next week.